Welcome to Sunday Night Spaces with AltJake and George, live on YouTube.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Night Spaces. My name is George. It is March 8th, 2026. We all set our clocks ahead last night, but we left one man behind. The host of the show, AltJake.
I was going to say, I'm like, one guy didn't. How's everybody doing? Good to be here. Good to hear from you, George. I'm glad to see everybody in the chat. Yeah, no, this is that Arizona does. I always make the joke, but it's the same. It's true. We don't need to save any daylight. So we don't. We just move from mountain time to Pacific time. It's brutal on me because it makes everything earlier. I really don't like Raw being at 5 o'clock. Like it's 6 o'clock is an easy start. Same for now it's 5 o'clock my time instead of 6. And it's that's just that extra hour.
That makes a difference, man.
It does. It really does. And it separates us from California on that. And for sports too, it's with football, it's 10 a.m. starts for kickoffs is rough. Yeah, exactly. 11 a.m. is tough, but you can, again, you make it
doable.
Work. Yeah. And then think about me too for soccer where the games are already early. If it's 7 a.m. it's 6. I mean, my team's terrible this year, so I'm not waking up to,
What's the earliest you've gotten up for a soccer game?
I mean, I've watched 4:30 matches out with friends, so I've gotten up.
Okay, oh, that's impressive. I'll give you that.
It's not recently though. That was in my 40s. It does, but in my 40s, not as much. And if I'm waking up for an early match, I'm watching it on my couch. It's I can either wake up and watch the match, or I can't drive. I can wake up, but I can't drive. I can't. I don't want to. Awesome. Maybe now that the wife and I got a new car, it's nicer. It's a nicer vehicle and smoother ride, but I can't. It's a lot tougher than it used to be in my 30s. It's kind of like the wrestlers where you start seeing them taking just a few less bumps and you're doing less risky things. And
sure. Makes sense.
I need to sleep longer than I used to be able to function on I used to get off work and go out or do whatever, go to bed at 1 and wake up at 7 or 8 and you're fine. Yeah. Now it's no, if I'm waking up at 7, I gotta be in bed by 10:30, 11 bed. That's bad news, man.
Yeah. 10:30, 11's well past my time. Sorry.
Well, you're a little bit older than me. So that's how it works. It'll get there. I can feel the time adding on. I need to take naps more often. I usually try to get a good little hour rest in before we do this, so I've got my energy because I just know myself anymore. Time waits for no man.
I got all screwed up today. I didn't really plan myself very well today at all. I went for a walk and forgot to eat dinner, so I haven't eaten yet.
I have not either. My wife and I are cooking dinner after this. Let's got some LC Killers in here. Brad like wrestling in the house. We got Kevin Pierpont talking about Scott Norwood. Yeah. Scott Norwood was one of my friends in high school. That was his favorite wrestler always. Or no, not Scott Norwood. Scott Norton.
Yeah, Norton. Yeah. Scott Norton was the Buffalo kicker that screwed things up.
Yeah. Scott Norton, though, he did have one of, if not the best power bombs ever. His snap just power bomb was one of the best. I always use that in the video games.
He got into the NWO.
Yeah, well, I mean, at that point, yeah, where the NWO looked like a high school graduating class picture at one point, where they were all just those shots where they're all in the ring together. That's how you know they didn't have to ever reinforce a ring, because there was everybody in the. It's like the Don Callis family now. We just have.
It was worse.
Everybody.
It was worse.
No, you're right. You're right. Because at least the Don Callis family has one major mouthpiece. Everybody had to get their shit in with the NWO. No, that's the thing about the NWO storyline. And with the Attitude Era in general, we all look back on it with rose-colored glasses. And as we should, there's a lot of great times that we had during it. But when you watch it as a whole and see it all, you're like, man, there was some really good stuff, but they really got shit really quickly. The NWO was really only good. I mean, once Bischoff joined, it really was, that was it. They still had fun stuff and there was fun times or whatever, but
yeah, when they broke off Red and Black,
that too. Yeah. But when they brought Bischoff in, then it was the boss was in on it. You know what I mean?
It made sense at least.
It did. But it just,
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. I mean, because I do remember when the Giant joined when the first couple of turns of people joining were really good. I remember when the Giant came down and he was like, oh yeah, he's going to clean house. And then he joined and it's well, now how are they going to lose? They've got Nash and the Giant. Yeah. You can't pick that.
One of the Giants' many turns.
Was that his first of many? Is that might have been?
He's got so many. You couldn't even.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, I mean, he did so many as the Giant, let alone then as the Big Show. Yes. I mean, I feel like they were even like made fun of that in AEW. I know he didn't do much in AEW, but I feel like he had one or two turns. I'm not sure. I didn't listen to a lot of the commentary that he used to do. I know he and who did he do commentary? Daddy Magic. That's what it was. When I went to the show in 2022, our side of the arena was right where the announcers were when they were back. And you just decide, it looked like from our distance, it looked like a father and son duo with Daddy Magic next to Big Show.
That's funny.
It did. I forgot about that. I mean, I always liked Big Show. He was always good, but I mean, he's just doesn't really work on commentary with somebody that massive.
No, he was a nice guy and everything. Though.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And
so we're gonna do SmackDown first, right?
That was what I thought. I was actually. That's funny you brought that up because I was literally gonna try to figure out how to present that. I'm like, should we go? I'm
gonna give you a lead in.
Okay. Perfect.
Kind of a new game that I came up with yesterday.
He's got games.
Guess. Okay, I have a quote that I wrote down. I need you to guess who said this quote. You may have seen it. You may know the answer. I don't know. Bear with me as I get my paper.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Quote. There's a really big difference between the booking of the two companies. I feel that AEW is the one that's on the rise and WWE is the one that's on the decline. Very slowly. Don't get me wrong. End quote.
Now, I'm going to assume that there was some knows and ums and stammerings cut out of that Dave Meltzer quote, I believe. Yeah, I believe. Now, here's the thing. I've seen that video's gone around, and I've seen like parts of it and like clips of the video with like the captioning under it or whatever from like Alfred Kuno and stuff, but I haven't watched the full ones because I usually save a lot of that for either us or Toonie Talk because my live reactions are better.
I couldn't resist, dude. I couldn't.
No, it's great. Anytime we can talk about it, I love it. Just what are you thinking about it though? With like he says this stuff with a straight face. Like he actually firmly believes this nonsense like that. And that's why I think when he's like, oh, Dave's a liar. I'm like, I don't think he's lying. I think he's convinced himself of this. I think he could pass a lie detector test because it's just like how Tony believes they're on their best run of shows and that things are going great and everything's awesome. Because they
just weird at the end of the quote is, on the decline, ... very, very slowly. Don't get me wrong.
WWE's been on the decline to Dave for years. I mean, ever since WrestleMania 40, where the numbers let's be real. That is the apex of this new era. And that's going to happen. It's going to be hard to get back. We have so many storylines coming to a crescendo in the main event of Mania, but they'll get back there with it. That's how they roll. And but to think because they didn't sell quite as many tickets as they did for a couple of years where they sold the most tickets ever in history. Come on, Dave. Like that's, and see, this is one of the reasons why we do the Thursday night AEW Dynamite reviews right here on the AltJake Takes on YouTube channel at 9:30 Eastern on Thursday nights, because
nicely done.
We have to, well, thank you. I thought that was a pretty smooth, and it's true though, because if you didn't watch AEW and you could possibly think, well, maybe what are they doing? But we have been presenting that to you for 24 weeks in a row now, and the booking is garbage. There's no cohesion. There's no good storylines. People just turn left and right for no reason. And
when there is something good, it goes away.
Yeah, right? Are like, oh, this could be decent. Or you're like, I still go back to World's End where you had Takeshita and Okada and Moxley and Fletcher for your semifinals that were going to be in a final in the same show. And they had the two old guys win so they could have two old guys have a fight. Like that. I get a vein in the back of behind my eye still thinking about that, because that, of all the Tony booking decisions, I mean, that is in a nutshell of just how bad it is. Like, they're still good. They can still go. Like, Okada can't go in a single match once a month, let alone twice in the same night. Just, I can't. Oh, that's that. And I understand too that not everybody's, and not WWE's booking isn't fantastic. It's not great, but it is cohesive. It makes sense. And a lot of things do work, and people generally most people are entertained by it, and it's not.
If you miss something, they get you updated pretty quick.
Oh my gosh, they update
you're on point pretty fast.
Yeah, and if they introduce somebody or there's something with the crossover, which we'll get into as we get into the show, they let you know who they are. They give you a video package of who the person is for a few moments, so you're like, oh, all right, I know who this is if you've never seen them before. Did you want to?
No, I just wanted to do the quote to lead us into SmackDown.
Perfect. No. Well, and SmackDown leads off where it should with Randy Orton, since he did win the Elimination Chamber. That's the other thing too. A lot of people are acting like the Elimination Chamber was weeks ago or something. Like, I feel like, because I've heard stuff with like Danhausen where people are saying like, oh, they're either he's either been buried or shoved down our throat. Where he's been in the company for literally a week. So give it some time. And then the whole stuff with like they're rushing different things around.
They've had to change some stuff because of an injury.
Well, because of different injuries, yeah. But also too, they've also like whatever happens with Randy at this point, with whoever he faces, there's great history with both Cody and Drew. It's not like this is a thrown together type of thing. But I like this where Randy comes out and starts cutting his promo and putting himself over, putting over Mania. And I honestly think the smart play would probably be to have whoever, whatever happens, whether it's him versus Cody or if it's a triple threat or whatever, Randy winning 15 probably should happen, I would think, just for the fact of because you can. Like, again,
you know what, Jake? I think based on a tweet I saw yesterday from Triple H, it's Cody versus Orton. He put that out yesterday. He said WrestleMania, Cody versus Randy Orton.
So and I mean, I'm all
very,
for it.
Very rarely does he do that.
You're
like that,
correct.
And then ever go back and add people to it. That's
right.
why I'm saying that.
And usually it's one of those things where I'll credit Sam Roberts says this a lot whenever I've seen him talk about different things, where like once you see like an actual match graphic, like that's the point where like, okay, it's advertised. Now, if they change it, it could be a bait and switch or whatever with it. My only thing, and I was going to get into it as we got into the storylines, but I'm not sure if I grabbed a picture of Drew and Nick. So we'll just say it now. Like the only reason I could see Drew weaseling his way into it, and it still could even be storyline that like, he's bypassing Triple H or whatever, because it was in the contract that he wasn't supposed to get a rematch, and it was in writing, because we know Aldis went to Drew's house and got it in writing, and then Cody attacked the house, and that's what people remember of that vignette. But it was about getting it signed, and Aldis said to Drew on SmackDown, I went back on my word because you went back on your word, which all is fair. But in like legal terms, like if you look at it from like a Paul Heyman perspective, all this went back on his word legally on paper. I could see that working in. I mean, it seems kind of more like Drew. It could maybe be Drew and Jacob, or depending.
That's where I think they're going to go.
I would think so too, because I feel like if you put Drew into the match, you almost have to put Jacob into the match.
You can't make this.
He's right. Where's he gonna go? Yeah. So, and honestly, I've been saying this for a good year. You gotta get the Cody and Randy match done. Like you need to. It's one of those things.
We talked about it on the recorded show. He's only got maybe a year left. Hopefully,
right? Like he's probably in his head, he would hope to maybe get to WrestleMania 44, so his last Mania isn't the Saudi one, although he's been put over Saudi big time. So that could be fine. I'm just thinking like, because I know he signed a 5-year deal like a year ago and he wants to work that out. But either way, you don't want it to be a what if situation, or like, like Cody's healthy now and then Randy's not, and then Randy's healthy and Cody's not. If you got them both healthy and you can build it into Mania where you can have it for the time, do it. It's kind of like Roman and Punk, like you've got it there. Don't be like, oh, well, we could do it next year. Let's get something else in here.
Yeah, they've gotten screwed in the past by doing that.
Exactly.
They've gotten screwed. They had a big match on the plate and they friggin' lost it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And or like, we were gonna do it and then this happened, or we went with this instead and we were gonna do this. Like, you can't book, especially nowadays with A, how bad injuries can happen at any moment, and B, any injury can people aren't you can't hide it anymore. Like it's a different world now. You're not working on a torn on a torn quad or something these days.
Yeah, people used to work with a broken leg and tore knees and
right, exactly.
None of
And
that
like
anymore, dude.
yeah, unless it's like it happens literally on the Smackdown before Mania, like you can make, and even that still probably not. But this was great. Randy cut his promo, and the timing of this was so well done. The three deadliest letters RKO, and the lights go out. And I mean, I love how Triple H loves to tinker and add to these entrances. He did it with Penta too, where they came out and the entrance is cool, but then they added the fire and the spin, and now it's like a full entrance. And Trick, his entrance was fine the first 2 months now, but maybe 2 months, but now he's added this little spinning pedestal thing that just it just works. I don't know, it's silly, but it
makes sense. You got to think.
Right?
Somebody else used to have that too. Back
Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley.
Yes.
Yep. But his was different.
Enough.
His was more of presenting him as like a statuesque kind of thing, and Trick is more presenting it as a star. Exactly. It's no, because it took me a minute too to figure out who it was that when we were watching the Elimination Chamber, like, what is that? I can't. And it's Bobby Lashley. But yeah, he comes out, he holds his own. It looks great, and then of course gets the RKO. I love this. Like, this was perfect. Like, this was great. Trick can have a match against Randy at some point, but leading into Mania, because you can't have no matches. But this was fun. I love this. I mean, we've been putting over Trick as I've been driving the Trick train for a long time, and I have a question
for you on this though.
Yes, what's up?
Do you tend to agree or disagree with me that the wardrobe change would be a cool thing here?
I think it should at some point with it, but I feel like he's kind of
thinking all black.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think all. Almost do like what is it, the NFL color rush? Like, figure out a few different colors and do it. You know what I mean?
I have this vision though that a black fur coat, black. I just like the all black look. I think it'll be cool on a villain like them.
Yeah, or like a baby blue. Like, there's a few different colors that you could probably figure it out with it. I'm not sure. I think he's riding this for it. It is good. I just don't know how long it's gonna ride out for.
I'm not complaining. I just like to you know me. I like to see a little bit of twerking here and there. Not twerking, tweaking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we like to see twerking today.
Yeah, it's all good.
That was great. Oh, that was fantastic. That was great. But this is the point where I was talking about too. So Carmelo Hayes has his open challenge, and it's El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., who we have seen because we watch AAA. But like, if you hadn't seen him or knew anything about him, it was like a 90-second video package that was like him speaking with some English, him speaking in his native tongue with subtitles and highlights. And within 90 seconds, it's like, okay, I know who this guy is now. He's got a title. He's got the Latin American Championship. They put that over. Like, this is where, and again, I hate to just call it AEW, but it's really their fans, or it's like, just Google it. You haven't seen this? Figure it out. Don't gatekeep. Show me what this is. It doesn't take that long to put this together, is my point. It was an awesome little video package.
Yeah, I said the same thing you did. Once he popped up, I'm like, I know this guy. No one else is gonna know this guy at all. Right. I'm like, okay, there we go.
Yes, it was one. I didn't take many notes during SmackDown, but I put that one and like circled it. I'm like, that's, and I purposely counted. It was I went back and watched it and timed it out. It was 90. It was a 90-second clip. It might have been like 87 seconds. Like, exactly. It's not too long. It covers everything you need. And again, WWE production, so it looks fantastic. It's just perfect. Yeah, I don't know why they don't do more of those. Well, in AEW, WWE,
they did a good job here. Like I said, it just
gave
you familiarity really quick because no one knows who this guy is in that audience,
right? And I know they've got the AAA's got the Rhea de Reyes tournament coming up, and then over the summer they've got their big shows too, and it's a good little cross promotion stuff. And Melo gets more work with it, and Melo's done well with this open challenge where he's, can wrestle anybody with it.
Yeah, it's taken a while to get him going.
Yeah, but it is going. But that's fine.
Yes, it's starting.
Yeah. Finally. So I feel bad for Damian Priest. I mean, I've been saying that he needs to like get a character change or do something. He's clearly just going to be like in a tag match at Mania now. Like, that's where that's his Mania match is going to be like.
At least they'll have a tag, right?
They are now. They made it from this. Yeah, they're now the number one contenders, which, I mean, that's fine. It's one of those things where if they don't know what to do, like, a lot of times they put, because that'll happen. There's going to be a, six tag team ladder match or whatever they'll do. And that's fine. But it's just like, damn, he's right up at that cusp, but he just needs to push. Honestly, what he needs to happen probably is just turn on R-Truth and become a heel again and just do that.
Yeah, eventually, maybe.
Yeah.
I can see it. Don't they usually do some kind of tag team thing for WrestleMania? Like,
yeah, like something with it. I don't know if it'll be on the WrestleMania. Yeah, I know. I think it was last year was the ladder match, or was it the year before? There's usually some sort of. It's a way to get as many people on the card as you can. You know, you got like a 4 tag team, and which I understand. It's fully. Mania is the one show where I'm like, I get it. Throw more people on the card. Yeah, exactly. People want that moment. You throw them on the card. You know, as long as you've got some good stuff in there, which, you know, as of right now, if it's Punk and Roman and Randy and Cody, honestly, the rest of the show, I'll be like, whatever, have fun. It's fine. As long as those 2 matches are good, Jake gonna be happy. Like those are good. You can't go wrong.
They're gonna have a good setup for everything. You can tell. Right, they're picking up their stride now. They're getting everything pretty much cinched up to where they want it to, after dealing with all the shit they've been dealing with. So yeah.
And with the fact of like doing it in Vegas again does make it easier on everybody involved there. Like, you know where you're staying. You know what I mean? Like, you know the routine. You know the places. It'll be they'll set up well with it. I like this. I do like these 2 as a team with it. Eventually, I think, you know, obviously when Lash is going to turn babyface, her and Nia can have a program with it. But this was basically to set up the women's tag stuff. I was surprised by this simply just because I was surprised it ended up with Charlotte and Alexa winning, because I still think that Charlotte's turning on Alexa and that's the Mania match for both of them. But we'll see. Maybe that'll be they don't win the tag titles because this made them number 1 contenders.
Again.
Right. I
don't know what's going on here at all.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I was like, I thought they were going to lose here. And then, but I mean, really, with the way they've built it, once Charlotte turns, as long as there's a slot on Mania, they'll be fine. So, I think
Charlotte really just enjoys this.
And I don't think she. Yeah, you're right. No, I don't think she needs to be in the title picture anymore. She's kind of grown out. Like when she was younger, she was more ambitious with it and wanted that. I think as you kind of like Randy was for a bit. Like he should be in the title picture now, but he didn't need to be all of last year. You know, I think that's where Charlotte kind of is. Sad Sammy is sad. Yeah. I mean, Sammy just turned heel already, dude. You're getting mad. You're punching inanimate objects. That's where that's leading, clearly.
He's doing all the heel stuff. Like he's blaming other people for, like he tells Cody, you had this happen to you. You let this guy do this to you. Right on down the line. That's a heel. That's what heels do.
Right. He's like, and you lost at Elimination Chamber. You lost at Royal Rumble. Like, yeah, because Drew, who wasn't in either match, screwed me over. Screw you, pal. Like, yeah, no, it's, but that's, I mean, I think Sammy's been kind of needing to heel turn for a while or something to shake it up. Honestly, he needs to just shave. Like, he should just shave the beard, shave his head, just do a total makeover.
That would be interesting.
I don't know. I'm kind of with you. So you're looking for tweaks. I'm like, hard change, shave it off, do something. Because I mean, well, when you've been around as long as he is, with as much as it's gone around, I don't know. You get. I hate to sound like Vince with the old draft stuff, but you gotta shake things up, pal. Which I mean, you really do.
The crowd Sammied out. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Aside from Montreal, even like Saudi seems a little Sammied out. Montreal, right? Hometown pop. And then after this, we got a clip of that from Trick Williams on that morning show. That's gone so viral, man. That clip will forever live in the hearts of anybody who watches Toonie Talk Wrestling. That's a diss. And then this is where it was the tag team gauntlet match essentially, which was fine and which was fun, but with Priest and Truth being the last 2 out there, like clearly they were going to win it for it. So they're the number 1 contenders. I'm not sure what's going to work with for WrestleMania.
Do they have a cool name?
I don't think so, and I just don't. R-Truth and Damian Priest is fine.
It's coming.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, there's a part of me that understands it. I always think of like Spaceballs, merchandising, right? It's got the t-shirts and the lunchbox, and it does make sense, but Tony Khan has ruined it for me because he's got everybody's got to have a
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah, that's what it is. And I get it, and you still roll with it, but God, and I know you're not supposed to like AEW shouldn't ruin things for WWE and vice versa, but sorry, I can't. The tag names are too many puns.
Yeah, when you're giving every every team a name from the top of the line down to the bottom of the line.
Right, when they've teamed up once. Yeah, like if they're going to team up if they're teaming up to join a tournament or they win the titles or something maybe, but You know, like AJ and Dragon Lee were like AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. They were like trying to come up with a team name, but I don't think they ever actually did. And I think that worked better. So this was the first thing that was talked about a whole bunch. There was like the two main points of SmackDown, I feel like. And the first one was Rhea and Jade, because people, they shooting, they working, them shooting. I still think Dis said it best, where this is last year's Tiffany and Charlotte. You know, maybe Tiffany and Charlotte were a little bit more real.
Notches.
Yeah, but that's
I think there's more to it than last year.
Well, I think last year, I think in that moment where Tiffany said, you know, the divorce line, I think in that moment there was more heat. But I think overall, you're right. I think if you average out the heat, you're right. This one's bigger and more. But that moment, Charlotte was mad, and Tiffany knew it. Yeah. That's still one of my favorite things where she said it. She's like, whoop, cross the line. I'm out of here. Charlotte's gonna punch me. But this was good. I like this. They talked back and forth. I mean, there was a lot of heat said. There was a lot of truth said at a different point. I mean, you know, Charlotte or Rhea saying, you know, you're built to look great. I'm built to kick ass. A lot of truth to that with it for this. We'll see. I'm interested to see where this goes. I'm more interested to see the match, because I do think it'll be good, because they'll work it out and have it. They'll have it like Macho Man and Ricky Steamboat, where you can
Rhea's gonna run the show, obviously.
Oh yeah. I'm just wondering where it goes. Does Jade win? Because Rhea doesn't need the win. That's what I think.
Jade kind of has to. I don't think Rhea.
I'm glad you said it.
Rhea takes anything with the loss.
That's exactly where I'm at with it. Like Rhea losing hurts nothing for her. You know what I mean? Like she's the most over. She's the most over female on the roster, and she's in the top like 3-4 most over period on the roster. Like she's awesome.
She's up there. You know? She is up there.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see.
We got a handshake too, didn't we?
Yeah, they did end it with the handshake.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you agree with me on that, because I was curious where that was, where people were thinking of it. But I'm like, Rhea's got. I mean, Jade kind of needs the win, and Rhea doesn't. This that's I'm the best. Blah 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 blah.
So I don't get any of this.
What is the old meme? Like how it started, how it's going.
Plus he's doing a thing where he's falling asleep everywhere, right?
No, he's not falling asleep. He's being sad. He's not asleep. He's sad. It's like he's super depressed and can't. It's a cartoon. It's like cartoon sad stuff.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it's funny to a point, but it only has so much to it. Like this was funny. I like this because this, like, you knew where this was going. This was him being like, I'm back. I'm Johnny Wrestling. I'll challenge anybody. The moment he says it, you're like, and you can hear the crowd start doing the and I mean, Johnny, I really feel like he's just sticking around until he becomes a coach. Like, I mean, unless he's going to go to AEW, I don't think he wants to, though. I don't think he's stupid enough to.
He's got to missus go down to NXT and start helping out down there.
Right? Just get into the coach. Yeah, player. Yeah. What is it like? Not player, coach, player. Yeah, you're not a player coach. You're more of a coach, player. Yeah, coach. Yeah.
He can teach a lot of good stuff to the people in NXT, because he knows what to do down there.
Right. And he's got the, you know, if Norman Smiley can be a good coach, Johnny Gargano can be a good, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I look at it like a lot of time, like sports, like Magic Johnson was one of the greatest basketball players of all time and one of the worst head coaches of all time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what?
You say he couldn't coach for shit.
Yeah, exactly. And how many players like Phil Jackson was a player, but he was more of like a team, like a bit player. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see a lot of NFL star quarterbacks becoming coaches. It's just not usually what it is. It's usually somebody who is more like, you know, the backup, or, you know, played like a safety or position, or like a fullback.
He played trombone, the band.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Just happens to be super smart at X's and O's, and there you go.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, I mean, they're still getting. They got to make a decision with this Oba thing and like have him have. I think he'll pick Raw so he can take on Rusev. It makes the most sense, but we'll see. And then we had, I was gonna say George's favorite segment. Now, this stuff is funny. I like what's going on in the sense of it, like in a vacuum. I just still am not. Like, it doesn't feel main roster to me. Like this on NXT, like him fucking with Robert Stone would, right? And then, like, I'm telling you, AAA, like, even, and honestly, let's be real, him and Santino and TNA would be caught. Like, there's good stuff there with it. And they're doing the best they can with it on the main roster. And honestly, with Miz looking for somebody to mentor for the last 6 months and all this being like, here you go, it works and it's right. That's funny. That made me laugh. But like, I just, overall, we'll see. I mean, I give everything a chance. I haven't been offended yet. But again, it's been 2 episodes of television, everybody. He debuted on a pay-per-view, Raw to SmackDown.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same character on AEW. It's the same thing.
It's the same
however,
in the indies
too. Yeah. But however, the main thing is everything's behind him now. Like the machine's behind him.
Yeah.
AEW, they let him do his thing, and then they just kind of let him sit out there on the wash and the drying line, just laying there.
Yeah. Well,
now
like
he's got the power behind him, dude.
Right. The fact that he was in 2 different, he was a segment on each show that was furthered his character both times. You know what I mean? Like he's already right. And I get that, but at least it's making sense. Like it's logical with it. Cause I remember when he first came out in AEW, like Shivani was like, that's Danhausen. Like there wasn't, you know what I mean? Like even with Cole in the teeth, like they're moving forward with something with him. I still think the NXT AAA TNA is where it ends up for most of it, but he can come up and have a little fun here and there. I'm fine with it. All right, I guess we might as well get into the big one. I mean, this is why everybody came here.
Okay, one thing before we start this whole thing. So I jumped on YouTube yesterday morning at 10 o'clock my time.
Okay.
This full match on YouTube was at 871,000 likes or views. I'm sorry, views.
Okay.
As Showtime, it is at 1.3 million.
Damn. I mean,
so there you go.
Yeah, it's getting a lot of talk. That's for sure. It's getting a lot of publicity. I mean, and here's the thing. Again, like this is where, like talking about storylines, talking about booking, like this makes perfect sense. I know people were saying like it's a hot shot or like they had to change and pivot because they're putting the title on. First off, we talked about it before. Cody had 3 different opportunities to get back in the title mix, and Drew, well, he attempted to screw him out of all 3. The one, he kicked him in the face and he fell on Sammy and he won his way into the chamber anyway. But he lost. He cost him the Royal Rumble when he wasn't in the match, cost him the Elimination Chamber when he wasn't in the match. And Aldis has told him, stop, go away. And, he's been lied to. So Aldis being pissed and making the match makes sense. And again, that's where I think Drew might have some sort of bitching out. I hope he doesn't, because then again, like makes it a 4-way and I don't want that. But this made sense. Like he screwed Cody over with it. And then the other thing that we mentioned too is you've got to book this Cody versus Randy match. Like Cody's first match in WWE was a loss to Randy Orton. Like they legacy. Like I was at the WrestleMania where it was Ted DiBiase Jr. as well with that triple threat. We can just pretend that was a singles match, right? Because DiBiase's he pled guilty, or did he plead no contest? Whatever.
He pled guilty.
Yeah, I was gonna say so. But which is funny that they thought he was going to be the bigger star between him and Cody. But that's you have to book that match while you still can. And honestly, right now it makes even the most sense because, well, I was going to say clearly, but seems like they're slowly going to turn Cody heel. So do this match now when they can both be baby faces with it and have it be that. And then Cody can lose and that can like spiral him into a heel. I don't know.
Before we expand on that, you want to go back and check the Danhausen thing real quick?
Oh, yeah, I did not see. We got a super chat. There we go. Oh, none. Well, you and Cumia's get a double one here because he's got Gretzky was an awful coach too. That's another one. Yeah. And then we got our first super chat of the evening. You and Cumia. Danhausen has already done more in WWE in a week than he did for years in AEW. That is the truest statement that you can say about Danhausen. He's had 3 appearances and done more, and probably sold more merch too. Because I hear he's I've heard he's either in the top.
He was number 1 for the weekend.
Yeah, and I mean that you can't You cannot deny what is it? Facts don't care about your feelings. Numbers don't lie. Thank you, Ewan. We appreciate that. I'll get to see LK showing up here too. It's everybody making it on Sunday. I know it's a little weird with the whole daylight savings thing of it. But yeah, no, I can't fault Danhausen at all for what they're doing with him. And I'm just I just don't see where it goes fully more in the actual main roster, but we'll see. This match though,
you were talking about Cody turning heel eventually.
Right.
When he wins this match, I specifically turned off everything around me and just turned up the sound for the TV. And I'm like, this guy is still the most popular dude in the world. People love this dude.
I did the same damn thing.
I
rewound into the same damn thing.
I don't even see him planting seeds anymore. Just let it go and see what happens.
I mean,
I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah,
dude,
no,
it's unbelievable. That
yeah.
reaction when he won was sick.
Yeah, no, and even like when Randy Orton was like, I could face Drew, boo, or Cody. Yeah, like they're still, yeah, no, when he was, and that's the other thing too, is yes, the IWC can whine and complain as much as they want, but they're not the ones buying tickets. They're not the ones paying for shows. They're not the ones that the WWE should care the most about. And I mean, people complaining it for Drew's sake or whatever with it, like, we wanted this Cody and Randy match literally since Cody came back. That was probably the first one on most people's minds, and we're getting it now, and people are mad about it. But I just my brain just that's
yeah, it's all gonna work out. Like once Triple H put the tweet out, said Cody Orton, that's solid in my opinion. That ain't changing.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I wrote it down right when he did it.
Yeah,
that puts me with that's solid in the book. That ain't gonna become a triple or four-way. No way. He doesn't do shit like that ever. So that leaves Drew and Jacob on WrestleMania. That's a great two matches.
Match. Yeah, no, that's a great match for him. And that solidifies Jacob as a full-on babyface. And then maybe because they've kind of held it up in the air of who attacked Jacob. Maybe we finally get the security footage and it was Drew. You know, I bet you they probably haven't filmed security footage of Drew or Cody. Because if they wanted to turn Cody, that's the easiest way to do it, is plant the seeds. And then when you're going to pull the full turn, oh, he's the one who attacked Jacob, whatever it was.
It's just,
but I agree with you. I've never really wanted it in the sense because there hasn't been a need to. Like with the Cena stuff, there was back in the day, there was the clear, let's go Cena.
Yeah.
There are people who try to boo Cody, and I feel like at WrestleMania you'll probably get some because there's those Mania people. You know what I mean? The people, you know what I mean? You'll get that. Whatever. Glad you nailed it because I watched the show last night, watched it live, and then I rewound. I did the exact same thing, and I rewound far enough to where I was listening for different kickouts and other things. They were behind Cody the entire time, you know, and then it built more to be more behind Cody. And especially with Drew, this is one of my favorite pictures of all time. Charles Robinson is a national treasure.
Hey, they did a ref bump the right way.
They did. It was great. I find the other note that I had. I'm like, George, the ref bump, they're listening.
Yeah.
And Robinson got back up because Cody didn't try. But this ref was never seen again. This guy was done.
The Glasgow kiss hard.
Yeah, and that's how it should be done. Like we talked about before, if you get a spear from Roman or whatever, you're not. That's it. You don't come back from that.
Yeah, it was perfect because
that was awesome. Yeah.
Robinson went down. You're like, okay, here we go. That's my first reaction. Oh shit!
Yeah.
But Cody called for the back. Referee comes out. Perfect. Good. Got a count. Got the 2 count. Got hit in the head. Charles Robinson comes back in. Perfect.
Yeah. No. And then here, also Drew's gonna use the chair when the ref's out or whatever, and who stops him? Jacob. So right there, that seed is planted too.
This
right?
match is made.
I would think it makes the most sense. They can have a fantastic match. I mean, they're two awesome workers with it. But yeah, Cody hits the super Cody cutter and a crossroads. and Cody wins. And
the place blows.
Yeah, they literally look at the arms, like look at the what is the line? Babies in the air, man. People love Cody. Like it's one of those things. Again, it's the genuineness about him too. Like it's not like this is an act. Like it's not like nobody thinks Cody goes on his bus and like washes his hands after he shakes all the, when he stays after show and signs autographs and stuff. Like that's just who Cody is. Like he's just genuinely a good dude. And so he gets to do this with it. And because of that, if the crowd does ever start to turn on him, he'll be the first one to be like, okay, let's do the Homelander thing. But he hears the woes, he hears the pops. I don't see any reason to do. I mean, I feel like they've planted the seeds, and the seeds that they've planted are more just him being kind of more like real and more like blunt with people. All that can do is just, if you don't turn him, he's just got a little bit more of a badass streak. Kind of like when he said that, Rock had little dick syndrome, same kind of thing, Yeah,
it's amazing. It was an amazing time. Like they're playing the song when Charles Robinson gives him the title, and everybody, whoa! I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, no, that's another thing too. The fact that it's Charles Robinson in the matches with Cody and like, right, like they not love that. Oh,
we need something for this. I'm gonna have this done over the weekend.
All right, okay. And it's it's our buddy Abdul, double A. Yeah, double A. Well, double A, the guy. I'm just glad that he didn't like attack because he's an Arsenal fan, so he makes fun of Tottenham. But
he always gets you usually.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate it. It's banter, and it's all in fun, But super chat housing for the channel housing, $50. Holy shit, that is amazing. Yeah, we got to work on some sound. If people have sound effects,
I already got one working. I got one working.
Let's say AltJakeTakesOn at gmail.com. Email me stuff. I've been trying to work on that, but we have jobs and the lives. And I bought a car this week.
It will be done shortly.
Yeah. Right. No, but I like the idea of having multiple things. Different levels of chats, different things. That is awesome. I'm just gonna leave that right there for a hot minute. That's fantastic. We appreciate it, Double A. We really, really do. That threw me out. I was because I could see the colors are different, so I saw it pop up and I saw that color and my heart jumped. I was like, oh
yeah. I won't interrupt conversation unless there's 50 or more. So
yeah, no, I get you. No, that's we appreciate it. But yeah, and I mean Cody getting to point at the sign, they're gonna have the contract signing on the next SmackDown. That's the only thing. I could see Drew. I think Drew will try to be like, it's in the contract, blah, blah, blah. And maybe that's where like Triple H or even just Aldis is like, screw you. Or maybe he's got a good lawyer or something with it. We'll see. But I think that it's going to lead to him versus Jacob, which more one-on-one matches. I'm all great with that. Yes. One-on-one matches are always right. We never have a problem with one-on-one matches. So,
especially when they're going to be good.
Right. Exactly. Both matches are going to be great. Cody and Randy are going to have an all-timer, and Drew and Jacob are both giants who are both ridiculously athletic. And I'm pretty sure that in Drew's like hiatus, when he was gone from WWE, I'm pretty sure he worked with Jacob at some point during that time. I feel like I've heard that story before, but yeah. Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. It's all in banter. It's in good fun. Exactly. Yeah. I'll make some jokes if there's like, I hate you because it's all fun about it. And mostly for me, the team is so bad that it's not even I want to make jokes back, but we're literally the bottom 3 teams go down. We are the number 4 team right now. We are fans. I'm at the point too where, and I'll get this on record, I think we should get relegated so they can just like get rid of all of the people like for their version of general manager, like director of football, all those people in the board, just they're all terrible. Get rid of them all. Start over.
Calling for wholesale changes.
Well, we thought it was one guy, Daniel Levy, and he was terrible, but then he left and like left a wake of shit behind him. He burnt the house down on the way out.
Yeah.
Screw you guys. It's all right though. It's all right. That's a good question though. is the better story, Drew versus Aldis or Drew versus Jacob? I think it's Drew versus Jacob. I think if Aldis is going to have a match, it's going to be against Pierce. That just seems like where that would go with it.
They don't seem to want to get in the ring at all, do they?
Yeah, I mean,
doesn't seem like we haven't heard anything, like no inklings, nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've heard interviews with both of them where they're both like say, well, I've heard Nick Aldis say like he can go and he's ready, but he doesn't need to. It's like he's getting a good paycheck, he's on weekly television, doesn't have to take bumps. I know Pierce has basically said he's done because he doesn't want to take any more bumps. I mean, to get to that point where
you've done your work. Appreciate your work and
you don't have to get dropped on your back every day. Like there's something to be said for not having to take a landing on your back on the ring every day.
You have to wear your glasses and act like you're mad. Okay, I'm in.
Right. Yeah. And cut some selfie videos on Twitter that are pretty funny.
Yes, he does do a good job on Smack.
Yeah. He does. Yes. But that was SmackDown. There's the controversy of Cody. I mean, I say controversy because of the air quotes, because I've seen people like, it's the most disliked video. As someone who is now like figuring out how the engagement stuff works on YouTube, dislike the hell out of a video. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt you. It's just like how Twitter puts things in the algorithm that people do get mad at. It's just more traction. Like they just want the engagement. It's all, I don't think they count anything different between likes and dislikes. I just think that like if somebody sees a video with a bunch of likes, they're going to be more interested to watch it.
Unless they work for WWE, you can't get the dislike number, right?
Yeah.
That's like, you can't go to our channel and just see the dislike number if you're Joe Blow.
That as far as I know, I mean, I'm sure there might be a way that somebody might know some coding of it, but I don't know. And yeah, Brad, this is the other thing is that there's different people posting out that they paid for 5,000 of the dislikes or whatever, which is just, I mean, this is what we're doing.
Of money.
That right, like you can't.
No, seriously, that's the biggest waste of money you possibly could do.
Yeah, donate that to like kids' cancer research or something, dude. I don't know. Like I don't know. Is there like an animal shelter that needs money to stay afloat? Like I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
you want to buy subs or buy views? Go right ahead, but don't dislikes.
Dislike. Yeah. If you want to buy likes to make yourself look okay, but I don't know. And then the other thing too is the channels, not the channels or news stations, or the people that are running with it like it's something like Sports Kita and Cultaholic of like acting like that's a big story and it's big trouble for Cody. Again, listen to the houses. Like let's see what happens when he's introduced on Friday at SmackDown. And that'll be actually some interesting part of it. And that might be a way they're going to gauge it. How does it work when it's Cody and Randy? Because I mean, everybody loves Randy, so there's going to be cheering for Randy. Does that just mean they cheer less for Cody, or does it turn to boos? And they'll work with it either way, and that might be how they're going to test it out. And if they do turn on Cody, okay, maybe we do go heel, but they're not going to turn on Cody if they haven't turned on him by this point. Like, I don't know. I've said it for years. He's the most pure babyface that's been in wrestling since Hogan back in the day, because he's a true baby face. He's not trying to be an anti-hero. He's not trying to be
Hogan worked heel. Cody does.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, you're right. And Hogan, and we've learned that Hogan in real life was kind of a jerk to people. It seems like everybody in the back loves Cody. So I don't know. I've got no issues. I am an admitted Cody fan. I love the guy. The stuff with Dusty, it's all awesome. Like I appreciate the hard work.
Yes. I see Randy maybe telling Cody, you know what? The Viper's back.
That could happen. I could easily see it. Right. Like, well, I mean, he kind of did that in his stuff with Sammy when it was because Randy and Sammy had that moment. He was like, good point. Right. And Sammy's like, how do you do it? And he's like, because I want to win. What do you mean? How do I do it? Right. That's a good point. And I think that's kind of almost where Randy is, where like, he's a baby face in general because he's the legendary Randy Orton, but he'll knock you the fuck out if he's got to win. And he can't.
The way it should be.
He's got to win. Yeah, exactly. So that was the controversy with Cody and SmackDown, but it was a good SmackDown overall. Yeah, exactly. It's mostly just funny. Had to be the thumbnail and the big topic lead in though. Everybody's talking about it. Bunch of goofs. But then
this was good. This was fun.
Oh, this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed. Now, I've always thought, we've talked about how NXT has always been, the most fun show for me every week. And it's always because it's always entertaining. But this one, like we had been talking about, NXT had to really retool and reassess after they lost pretty much their 3 biggest stars. And then if you go back in a little bit further with Vecchia and Julia, they lost a lot of their star power over the last, year or so. But this was, I feel like this was their show to come back and like, here's who we're going to be in 2026. And it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. You started with Blake Monroe and Jada Parker, which this is a cool little feud because this is like, I mean, this could be, they couldn't be more opposites character wise. And I think that's fun, entertaining. And I think Jada Parker has really come into her own in the last year. And Blake Monroe, Mariah May, whatever you want to call her, she's got it. I just think she's been rinsing the AEW stank off of her. And for me, it feels like it's mostly off and she could go up whenever they're ready. But I think they're going to keep her in NXT at least through Mania. I don't think she needs to come up before Mania, right? Because then you got to, right. You get that point, you got to book more people in it. But
they did the right thing. They did the right thing with her, though. They gave her that edgy shit that I've always wanted. I always like when they do it, and I like when they do that with her because she looks the part and plays it perfectly.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. She really sells it and hits home with it. No, it's a lot of fun. No, this was good. This was a fun street fight. They beat the crap out of each other. Which is another thing that Blake, when she's when you're the pretty
sick.
I thought Blake was gonna move. Like
no,
I was
right.
Like the way she was set up, and then she just took it. And again, and that's kind of like that point where sometimes you gotta
never seen anybody give this mood and bounce off somebody though. She bounced like hit it, table broke, she bounced over to the side. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
She really did, but that's a good way. I didn't think of it in the moment, but now I'm replaying.
That's what happened. I watched it 3 times. I went back and watched it. I'm like, holy crap, she bounced off her. Yeah, good.
I saw a GIF of it on Twitter where it was just replaying, and that's exactly what happened. No, just right when she goes for it, I was like, I thought for sure Blake was going to move, and she didn't. But that's, sometimes you got to prove your toughness when you have the, diva-ish look, and good for her. Blake had to win this one. I mean, obviously she's the one that's.
Look at that look.
Yeah. Well, when she came back out on Tuesday, like after the tag match or whatever, it was like at the desk and was crazy. That was that point where you're like, okay, I'm gonna go over here now. She's scary.
Yeah, man. I like that. I like the wardrobe change. I like everything that's happened.
What is it? Perfect. Like Fatal Attraction. Like watch out for the bunny in the pot, dude. I don't. And then you had the little stuff too with Ricky Saints and Ethan Page.
Well, to go back, she used the bag of diamonds at the end to her advantage, which was pretty cool. It wasn't really I don't like street fights, but they use all the stupid gimmicks. But all the gimmicks in this one seemed to work pretty good.
Right?
She grabbed an umbrella out of the crowd, used that. There was stuff that was used that wasn't outrageously stupid. Like she had a bag there, and you're like, "What's in the bag?" And diamonds made sense. Perfect. Good. Go on.
Honestly, what's funny, I forgot that you said that because I'm glad you said it because when she first brought it out, I was like, thumbtacks? No, you don't need. Okay, no, just when you see a bag wrestling, that's just where my brain went. Right, and I was like, we don't need. Like, I literally would have been like, that's gonna ruin this. You don't need that. And then diamonds, I was like, okay, no, that makes a lot of sense from her with her angle and her character and stuff. No, I like that a lot.
Yeah, it made for a good finish.
It did. Finish. Right. And Jada loses nothing because she's still younger and on the come up with it. And she just recently came back too. So no, it's perfect. They can go their separate ways and move forward. No, I like this though, because this was fun to see because, Ethan's like, yeah, I'm going to help you. But at the end, it closes in on his face and he wants the NXT title. Yeah. Right. They're both going to be heels. He's not going to team up with him. But then it gets to this match was
interesting.
This one was a hell of a fight. I mean, they started right away. They were in the parking lot, coming through the walls. I like this new Tony D. I liked Tony D before, but as we said, that gimmick was never going to work on the main roster. It's silly. But it was a good way to get your feet wet and figure yourself out. But I like this Tony D. He's just mad and beats the crap out of people. And he's not super tall, but he's bigger than you expect him to every time. Yeah, right. Yeah, he's a thick boy, and he does that freaking spine buster. Look at him.
And he looks strangely weird when his hair is all out and dry. I'm like,
I had
wow.
the picture. Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, I didn't. Honestly, I was like, wait. So what had happened was yesterday was my wedding anniversary. So my wife and I went out with her parents and my mom and stepdad. And we got home and I turned on the TV and this match was going. And I was, getting stuff, taking my shoes off. And all I saw was the hair. I'm like, who the fuck is that? That's Tony. If you don't know that it's him right away, it took
you wouldn't guess. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and the only reason I got it was because I recognized Dion. I'm like, well, he's wrestling Dion Lennox, so it's gotta be Tony. Yeah, then I went back and watched the rest of the show afterwards.
Yeah, they had the single best entrance for any match. Because I noticed when they came to the ring camera, Mike Rome all of a sudden runs out of the way. And they come busting through that. I'm like, oh, that's a cool way to enter the ring. I like that. That works.
Yeah. I like get out of the way. I'm out of here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, but Tony D gets the win, and then he's, it's mission accomplished of taking out Dark State, and now I assume he's going to go for the NXT title, maybe the North American title, but I would think he probably goes for the NXT title because he's already won the North American title once before. So.
Did not make any friends during this match, so he's got plenty of opportunity for opponents in here.
Yeah, and he's technically a baby face, but he could easily heel. Like, he's right on that cusp.
But the crowd was seriously
that's
name and everything.
He's got the history and people want to root for him too, especially when he was able to shake off the silly mob gimmick like that alone. I want to root for the guy.
You get rid of that. That's impressive, actually. You're right.
It's why nobody likes Terry Taylor, because he couldn't shake off the Red Rooster.
Yeah.
Then you had this match, which I liked this match a lot because, again, we've been talking about it for a couple months now. Izzy Dame has really come into her own. She has really figured this out. She lays in her stuff. She's got a great look. It's different in the sense where she's tall, but she's thin, but not skin. I don't know. And then she's just a beast with some of the stuff that she can do. This was definitely like why they put her with Sean Spears, so she could get that extra coaching and training. And Tatum Paxley's been a good wrestler for a good while, but
she needs
this
some
one.
Work.
Oh yeah, well, I mean
I was watching her and she's a bit off. Her flip off the top when she landed, the announcers had to make up for it. Well, she didn't really get all of it. Yeah.
Didn't get all of that one. Yeah.
Got to work on some things, but Izzy is something else, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised. Izzy's reminding me of like Lash Legend in that sense, where there was just all the point where you're like, oh, something's different. And it's confidence. It's really what it is. Like, because once you've gotten it, you've got it. And you're like, okay. And that's what I thought a lot of this was. And I was happy to see him. And it made sense to have Tatum win the match too, because that kind of should end that feud and go their separate ways. But I'll be interested to see what they do with Izzy, because I feel like she should go for eventually for the actual women's title. But we'll see. I mean, I'm sure she'll get a rematch with it at some point.
I think there might be a rematch coming here.
Yeah, I would think, just because of that's smart booking. Get more matches out while they're still intrigued by it. But I enjoyed this one. This one was one of those things where it was, there was definitely some, again, that's why I like compare it to college sports, where there's some sloppy stuff here and there. But overall, like, the psychology was good. It was paced well. It was fun. And the crowd was really into it. The crowd really likes Tatum Paxley.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah. And you can't blame that. I mean, there's something about her that you just kind of, she's what Lyra Valkyria could have been, but just not quite. Like, she just doesn't quite click.
And you mentioned Sean Spears. I know even during the match, like they made on commentary, they were like, Sean Spears is telling her to turn the hold the different way to get more pressure. He probably was really doing that to make it look, coaching on the fly. It's natural because the announcers can cover for it by doing what they just told us.
Exactly. And it worked. And it's one of those things where, the more realistic, the more real it is, then when you start faking it out, it's hard to tell when. No, that's where Sean Spears is what we were saying about, like, with Gargano and Candice, where they need to be doing more of, like, coach player. Like, yes, he can wrestle if you need him to or whatever, but mostly he's there to help people coach and take a bump here and there in a match or whatever with it.
Right.
So, and that, then
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, he's been great at it, was all I was gonna say.
since I brought it up,
Yeah.
Booker T, so annoying to me.
Yeah,
Here we go. Oh yeah, it drove me nuts. I had to turn it off. I had to turn the volume off.
Yeah, I
make fun of Shivani. I'm gonna make fun of. I'm sorry, I can't take it. It was too much.
I'm not really a fan. Like he's kind of like one of those things where like, oh, it's Booker, it's fine, but he drives me nuts. What drives me nuts is when he overdoes the bits. Like I get it that like he wants to, like when Vic is trying to talk and he's gonna cut him off with something.
They were talking over each other the whole night.
Yeah, and like Vic is trying to get stuff out, and people love Book, so it is what it is. But I don't think he's the worst announcer in the world. I think he's the worst announcer in WWE, though. I do. I'm not.
It culminated with him singing the Joe Hendry song, and I was like, oh my God, this has been crap.
Yeah. No, he's a bit too much. We need to rein that back in a bit, but that's our Booker. And then you had this segment because they had to change over the ring and the underground stuff, which this was smart. This was good. But I like this. Yeah, but it did. It definitely did. But I mean, they had to reset up their stuff.
Yeah, I understand why. Yes.
Yeah. But this was a good way of filling. This is a good time filler, though, is have JC come out and be a bitch. She's so good at this, right? She comes out. I like how she calls herself the rock star of NXT. That's a perfect title for her of it. It's a good fit. And then Zarya comes out and they're talking a bunch of crap with each other. And then, like you said, if you make fun of Shivani with it, we got to make fun. There was a production error. Soul's music was supposed to hit, and it doesn't.
They were waiting.
Everybody's like, oh, and there's the difference between professionals and people, well, not professionals, but veterans and people still working at it. Because you see that happen on the main roster from time to time, and someone will just keep speaking until they get cut off. But they were like, it was supposed to happen, and there was like that 2 seconds of.
Yeah, you saw the look on Zarya's face. So my lines are done. I don't know what to do. Where's the music?
JC's face was good, but her eyes got a little bigger even, and and then even Stone, that's wrestling, and that's what NXT is for. That's the whole point. Yeah, that's why it's developmental. But then Soul comes out, and Stone announces that it's going to be a triple threat. I think at the next NXT, right?
Yes.
Which that match will end somehow in a schmoz because I think, the match at Stand and Deliver should be either JC and Soul or JC, Soul, and Zarya. I really think it should just be JC and Soul, because I think that's the match that people want. I think JC has earned that match. I think Soul has earned that match, and I think Soul beating JC at the biggest show will into the stratosphere for Soul, and then she can go up to the main roster soon. I think she could drop the title back to JC in like June and then go up to the main roster. That would work. I learned
one valuable thing from this segment. Don't let Lanny Reed talk because her voice is not good for promos, but the move she pulled after that was nice. She can wrestle. She knows what she's doing, but keep her off the microphone, please.
No, I thought that too, where she started going, you were like, whoa, hey. Yeah, no, you're right. That was a little, I also like the Soul's X shirt that Zarya had. But this is a good segment. You're right. Yeah, no, she started talking and I was, whoa. Now it's funny. By this point in the show, I was building the thumbnail for this show of it. So I was watching, but I was also like working on that. And she started talking. I was like, I didn't know that was her voice.
I picked up on that pretty quick.
Yeah, it was real quick. I mean, but again, that's what NXT's for. And you got to work through that. But work through that in the back so that the next time that she's on the mic, that's not so much with it. But is what it is. But then they had the underground.
So we're up to 19 likes for our live show. Keep them coming. We like to get to at least 20, 25 for our live. So
keep
the likes coming. Appreciate it.
As many as we can get, we will take it. We've got 29 watchers on YouTube right now, which is nice. Anytime we're over 20, it still just surprises me. We were going to be happy with 2 and we still would be, but this is a lot of fun to see this channel growing. I don't want to call us like the fastest growing channel, but we're one of them. I feel like there's getting a lot more people to subscribe, pay attention, comment too. Like getting a lot of comments on the videos after we post them. We really appreciate that. George and I try to go in, and I try to go in like every day or every other day at least and make sure because here's the thing. I'll get a notification the first time somebody comments. Like let's say Mike Glass, right? He comments and then I respond to that because I saw the notification. if he responds to my response, I get no notification. I have to like go
Really?
back and look for. Yeah,
That's weird.
it doesn't tell me those. I don't know why. I've got to figure that out. I went into the notification. They're all turned on. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's maybe a creator thing.
Because you're the creator of the page. It's
yeah, maybe it thinks that I think I'm too
'em.
cool and I don't want to know. I want to know. I like the interaction. We are not too cool, man.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I figured that out though the other week. So now I like make it a point to go in and look. But if I don't respond to a response and takes me a minute, that's why I didn't forget.
So to our good friend Dr. Gina, who is a Tampa Bay Lightning fan. Buffalo beat Tampa today 8-7.
Jesus.
Dude, it's been crazy. It's been a fight-filled game. Fights the whole time through. And it was like 4-1 Buffalo. And it's been going nuts. But Buffalo won 8-7. So Dr. Gina, I do love you,
in the penalty box for a little bit. Is that why there was
dude, it was a game, let me tell you.
No, just 8-7. That sounds like you're like 8-7.
Yeah, it's a high-scoring game.
Yeah,
it's very high scoring.
Yeah, no, I don't know the most about hockey. I admit that, but 8-7 sounds like a lot for a hockey.
Yes, it is, dude.
Yeah. This was fun. This is what you kind of needed to be. I mean, this was more just again, they're putting Lola over a bunch. Like Lola, she's done a bunch in AAA. She's got a good following. I mean, people love her.
Yeah, I wish they wouldn't do a fake MMA fight though.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of those. I get that that's kind of supposed to be like her specialty,
but not here.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like, but I wasn't the biggest fan of that. Or what was like the Fight Pit, that one too?
Yeah, same thing, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of get some cool spots and there's some ideas behind, but it's just like, what was it? The Ken Shamrock thing. Like,
you can't tone down what these MMA fighters have inside their head. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
You know?
And if I wanted to watch that stuff, I'd watch that stuff. I watch wrestling for a reason. Like I like that it's showy. Like I like what it is. You're not supposed to hurt each other. It's supposed to look like you hurt each other. That's the whole point. That's why sometimes when they actually hurt each other, I get pissed. But Lola won, kind of made sense. Even with the broken hand situation, that was at least a good storyline with it. Because otherwise, she would have just wiped the floor with her.
Her dad was in there. That was kind of cool.
Yeah,
her family was there. It worked. But again, I can watch MMA any night of the week, and I don't want to watch it on my wrestling show. But
exactly,
I get why they did it, and it worked. So,
and it was quick. That was at least it wasn't long. Like when she did it and knocked her out, like perfect. It was about when that match needed to go home, and it did. But yeah, then we had the main event with Joe Hendry and Ricky Saints. I was kind of surprised by this because I was thinking this was going to be the main event of Stand and Deliver. But I'm assuming because it's NXT and they're a little more indie minded and stuff, they'll probably do like a 3-way or a 4-way or something with it. It's just, I thought it was going to be this.
What was that? Probably going to add some people to this one.
Well, Ethan Page almost for sure, right? That's kind of seems like he's worked his way into it. I don't know where else it would go. Maybe just a triple threat between those three. That could be fine. I'm not sure, but this match was fine. Joe Hendry's kind of a throwback in the way he wrestles. I mean, also he's like in his late 30s. He's 37 or 38, so he's a little older. And he was initially like a Scottish. I don't know if it was Greco-Roman or freestyle, but he was like a real wrestler. He wrestled in like the British Games or whatever. So he just does things a little bit more old school with it. And I love a good foot in the rope spot. Like it's cheesy, but it's wrestling. It's fun. I don't know. But this was
a classic match, dude. It's a classic wrestling match from like
great way to put it.
WWF late 70s, early 80s like type match, maybe.
There you go. Yeah. No, that's a good way of putting it. And yeah, like Joe. Those. Exactly. And it's especially nowadays, it's really refreshing to see that. And that's one like we talked about with Punk and Finn at Elimination Chamber. It was just a different, you're not used to that style of wrestling match with it for it.
Yeah, they've gotten to the point where you actually see a wrestling match. People are like, wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
And there's no crowd yelling for tables and
yes, yeah, we get the tables. Yes,
we saw that during this. We want tables. When that comes out, I don't like it.
No, I hate it. It's one of those things where it's, especially in matches that I've had, like either it gets just started and they've just gotten into it, or they've had like 17 other things. It's like, we don't need tables too.
Yeah, just let it come on.
Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, we will not be talking about wrestling here on this show. Yeah, I'm not exactly even sure what Dis and Awful we're talking about and found, but it was some sort of, transgender.
Yeah, lost me.
Yeah, well, the thing was, I didn't, again, because it was my wedding anniversary, and so I came in, I was after
Oh, it didn't matter when you got there. You were just out anyway.
The thing was I came in like towards the end. I was so confused. I'm like, is this what happened?
I was there from the beginning, and I was confused.
Yeah, that's good. You're like, I was there from the off, and it still didn't make sense. All right, well, that's fair. That's fair. Nah,
but you know what? That's the thing. That was the thing I was talking about with Joe Hendry that I couldn't figure out what I didn't like, and now I'm starting to like, is he's a throwback.
He is.
That was the thing I couldn't figure out. I'm like, why don't I like him? And then I'm like watching this match, and I go, this is why I like him. And I turn myself right around. I'm like, all right, that changed me.
Hey, that's good. That's awesome. That's fun and that's one of the things I like about how we operate with ours. Like, you're not a person who's like, no, I don't like him. That was the decision I made then. I'm sticking to it no matter what, even if I secretly change. Like, that's
no, it's like reminds me of modern day Bob Backlund.
Yeah, but like Scottish and a little bit more flair.
I'm not saying personality wise and all that shit. I'm talking about the actual style.
But even like the style with it, because he does, like when he does his leap over the top rope and stuff, he puts a little bit more behind it. But I totally get what you're saying. Yeah. And then Ethan Page comes out and like quote unquote helps Ricky Saints, but doesn't. And that's where I think that would make sense. You could have a triple threat between the three of them at Stand and Deliver, and that would be a great match. I would be okay with that.
Ricky thinks Ethan's on his side.
Right. And Ethan's definitely not. And we all know it, but Ricky doesn't because he's oblivious. And I think that's kind of working for Ricky, that his character's a bit oblivious, where he just thinks he's God's gift to everything and everybody loves and wants to help him. And everyone's like, hey, fuck you, buddy. That's he had to find his character because, as we've said many a time, when you come over from AEW, sometimes not only do you have the stink on you, but it's if you never got to develop anything. Your characters, even though you might have turned babyface or heel 100 times, there was never any development of that character. It would always stop, start, and stagnate. And now he's at least developing himself into something with him.
Right.
And then
so hold Double A's super chat until we're done talking about this match. Then I want to go to that.
Yeah. No, and then Joe Hendry gets the W, so which he had to. He's going in to Stand and Deliver as the champion for sure. It's just who's he going to face at Stand and Deliver, which crazily enough is only a month away. Like, I forget that because it's
early March,
right, exactly.
Early April,
yeah, it's April 4th, so it's there's only there's 4 NXT episodes before that, so they've got to build it pretty quickly, which is why it makes a lot of sense to me that it would be Ethan Page, Ricky Saints, and Joe Hendry, which again, another one for Tony can look at it and be like, fumble, because even though Joe Hendry was never on AEW, he was signed by Ring of Honor when Tony bought Ring of Honor, and Tony didn't sign. I don't know if he either didn't re-sign him or if it just didn't sign him at all with that and that transfer over of.
I could possibly see why he wouldn't figure it out. He's not smart enough to figure out that.
For sure. No, I just feel like if he sees this match and sees the three of them, be like, damn it. Just more of those Tony fumbled. But anything else I can.
All in all, Vengeance Day was a solid B for me. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I didn't like the MMA stuff, but other than that, I liked it. It kept me entertained. I was quite happy.
And for what it needed to be going into setting itself up for Stand and Deliver, it did its job perfectly. It didn't need to have anything super crazy and flashy. We didn't need, you didn't need any like crazy debuts or any major swerves or anything. Like Tatum winning the title is a title switch, but it's not super shocking. It wasn't like somebody came in and attacked Joe Hendry that we hadn't seen or whatever. So no, I thoroughly enjoyed the show. Which that's NXT always entertains me. It's always fun with it. And I'm excited to see what they do on Tuesday. And like I just said, 4 episodes of NXT left before their big show. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, so I had written down prior to Double A's super chat, I had written down the thing where Who do we think is next on the like next to go up, that sort of thing? So you want to get to his super chat.
I'll pull that up right now. Double A gives us the with Oba and Trick going to the main row for $10. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. With every single super chat means the world to us. With Oba and Trick going to the main roster, is there anyone on the show who's next in line to be a future Mania main eventer? To me, Ricky and Hendry are solid mid-carders on the main roster. Yeah, that's a great question. I definitely agree that I wouldn't see either of them like Mania main eventer. Like there's that player where you can be a big star, you can be a world champion, but are you a Mania main eventer?
That takes years.
That's that different level. That's where, and that was one of those things when people were talking about with the Rumble, or I think it was with the Rumble, like, oh, this person could win, that person could win. It's like, I kept going back to the ad on the Vegas ad with the poker table. I'm like, that table is really kind of your options for a Mania main event, because you got to be on a big star. I mean, that's where we're talking about where Rhea kind of had to win the Elimination Chamber because it's the name on a marquee. If this was Backlash or Bad Blood or a Saturday Night's Main Event, you can do different things, but at Mania, you got to have the names on the marquee.
It takes years to get there. So
right.
we have no idea.
Right. So I'm trying to get
NXT now that would potentially be a main eventer. I'll be dead probably.
I don't know if it'd be that far. I mean, like it'd be like 5. I think just thinking off the top of my head, I think that, and obviously, like you said, it's all potential. It's got to be if booked right and health and all that. But Keanu Carver could probably do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's got a good look. He's got there's something about him. He's got the size, because yes, a smaller wrestler could become that, but it's harder to book that and think that out with it. For me, it's got to be more of like the size of like Lexus King. I love the guy, but I feel like he's in that same boat as Ricky and Joe, where he could be, be a great intercontinental champion, maybe win a world title one day, but I don't see
it's so hard. It's so hard of a question. I wouldn't even want to venture a guess. Just because you don't know.
You don't. No, that's
something. You know how this works.
Yeah, no, and that's why I'm not even venturing so much a guess. I'm just looking at who I think could have that potential in them if it was harvested properly. Like Shiloh Hill, I could possibly see. I'm just trying. Yeah,
I know what you're doing, but it's so hard to picture.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, right.
No, it's super hard, and that's what makes it kind of fun to talk about, because obviously, like, these are not predictions by any means. It's more of just yeah, right, or just like where it could be depending on with proper booking. But even with like I said, even with super proper booking, I don't think Lexus King could be a Mania main eventer.
So many things got to go so many good
ways.
Oh
God, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I've just pulled up the roster right now. I'm just trying to look through it. But yeah, no, it's tough because it's not only does everything have to go right with it, but also too, depending on where who else is in there with it. Because it could be one of those things where maybe you're a big star, could be, but with Braun Breaker and Obafemi and Javon Evans and Trick Williams, like the roster could already be stacked against you in that
right.
side.
You have guys that have been there, like Sami Zayn's been there for years. He's not a main eventer.
No, but he did main event at WrestleMania. He main evented 39. Night one. Well, I'm just saying. Yeah, no, I'm just, it does, but
and he goes against everything you just kind of laid out for those guys.
And that was a majorly situational one time because it was a tag match that worked. You know what I mean? So that was one of those things where everything had to fall into place for that to work. Where
you spend your money, Double A? It's worth $10 all day long. That question.
Yeah, no, it's and that's why I'm trying, because of the investment in the tennis. I'm trying to give some thoughts because it's such a hard question. And honestly, we could be saying all this, and maybe it could be something out of nowhere where it's like Elio LaFleur, man. I don't think, but you never know, because situation. Like if you'd have asked me 5-10 years ago the same question, I don't think I would have put even when he was doing well in NXT. I don't think I would have put Sami Zayn in that mix, and probably not Kevin Owens either. And both of them have main evented a Mania in the way it's just so. No, it's a great question, and And then we also too think about what's going on in Evolve, and then with that next in line stuff, there's so many people that could come up through there too. That'll be that Jasper Troy. He was another one, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just looking at the roster. It's something.
It's something to see.
Yeah, but also too with all of that, those names and all of their processes and how they're setting things up for the future. That's what gives them. That's why when people are like, oh, the wrestling's gonna dead. There's no future. There's nobody on the bench. I'm like, but there's a deep bench. There's a deep roster that's going to come up. I don't think wrestling's going to be in any way, shape, or form in trouble, especially with the machine behind it, because TKO are smart enough to know to go out and get people with the NIL talents, the WWAD program, partnering with AAA, partnering with TNA. I mean, they'll be fine for years to come, as long as the tickets remain somewhat affordable. That's
good luck there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, man, I think they'll come down at some point, but
they will when people stop going.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I'll go to shows, but I'm never gonna pay dynamic pricing. Like, I just know. Like, even if my favorite band comes to town, dynamic pricing is just out, man. I can't. I'm not doing that.
Hey, before we venture into the Tony Khan land, I had one story for you before we get to Tony.
Good. I have to pull him up. I forgot that he went live.
Yeah, Tony was the encore presentation here. But
I'm pulling it up right now.
It's been reported that your namesake, Jake Hager, has joined Power Slap Wrestling. Or Power Slap.
I heard that. I heard that. What is that? Like, so it's so that is real? Like, that actually is happening?
That is real.
Oh,
yes,
my God. I didn't. Power Slap. I mean, I was going to say why, but
I don't understand. I don't understand why. I mean, he should have enough money from AEW, I would think. Yes, he was with Jericho, so he got paid.
Yeah, and I mean, he must have made decent money in WWE too. And he did. What was it, Bellator? Didn't he do Bellator? Was that because he had an MMA record? Like,
yes,
right? Like, he was a real fighter. So,
I will never, ever watch anything from Power Slap.
No,
ever. I saw one thing at one time where they showed it in slow motion, and you could see the concussion happening. Mm-hmm. I will not patronize. I will not watch.
No, all I've ever seen is clips, like, scrolling, like either on X or Instagram or whatever, and I'm not interested. No, I'm not. But like I said, like, I'm not big into UFC. Like, I don't like. That's why I like wrestling. I don't want to see someone actually. Yeah, no, this is literally this is going right to the source of it. Like, we're just gonna. I mean, why don't we just hit each other upside the head with a cricket bat, for God's sake?
Dude, when you see somebody get hit so hard that they fall forward and that stops them, then they fall completely backwards.
Yeah, and like the way and in slow-mo too, where like their face was.
That's a concussion, dude. That's a concussion.
Yeah. That's a good line though. Slap that stupid purple hat off of his head. That's a good line. Thank you, Exact Change Man. And yes, if you haven't, please hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment. Yeah, every like, every subscription, every little bit helps, but you'd be surprised how much it all says. We're up to
I follow
510 subscribers. Yeah, 510. That's pretty damn good. We only been at 500 since last Sunday, so I'll take.
I follow Chris Nowinski.
And, okay, yeah.
He's not a fan.
No, I wouldn't think so. I would not think so.
I can't do it, dude. I just can't. I don't understand what people see. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
That's like the lowest common denominator appeal, like the bottom of the barrel. Like, you've really got that's somebody who's watching NASCAR for the crashes. You know what I mean? The people who watch NASCAR solely for the crashes and nothing else, that's who that appeals to. You know, people who are you're watching UFC, but only to see somebody get knocked out. You don't care about anything else. Like, it's just the lowest bottom rung. Similar to Tony Khan's booking style.
Yeah, but I wanted to bring that up for you because it is your namesake. So.
Yeah, no, yeah. Grok, it's who Grok thinks what I'm doing on X, but All right. I forgot. So now we're in a locker room today. Okay. We're deep in a
we're
okay. All right. All right. Here we go, Tony.
So you want to run down the shows before you do this?
Yeah, that's a good call. All right. Yes. So this one, obviously, here every Sunday night, 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Sunday Night Spaces. As if you've been here the whole time or just popped in, this is our general discussion show. If we've got a show to review like Vengeance Day, we will. Or, if there's any other PLEs or whatever else goes on, we'll talk about other news. We let the super chats kind of help our talking as well. So if you have a question you want to ask or something you want to talk about, super chat on a Sunday is a great way to do it. We're also every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time back here on the AltJake Takes On YouTube channel talking about AEW Dynamite. George and I watch the entire episode front to back. We take notes and we will report back to you everything that happens. So you don't actually have to watch the show, but you can keep up with it. Maybe there's something with their storyline that you might be interested in and you do want to tune in, or most likely just be able to, talk crap to the AEW fans and try to tell you that what you're enjoying is terrible. But we do that every single Thursday. We'll also, if Tony goes live on those shows before, we'll bring those up as well. And then every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, youtube.com/@ToonWrestling. I am a panelist on Toonie Talk Wrestling with Awful Wrestling and AKA Akadis, the three of us. And sometimes we'll have a guest, but we've got a pretty good flow of the three of us making fun of Dave, making fun of, the internet wrestling community. I think we're going to have a lot of fun on Tuesday talking about the meltdowns of around Cody, because Dis will go and get the videos of people that made videos yelling about it, or the funniest of the sicko tweets. So that's us every single Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Those are the 3 live shows a week. And George and I also try to get you a recorded podcast episode weekly as well to kind of wrap up WWE Raw and NXT as well. So to subscribe, set the notification bell. We will give you at least 2 live shows a week. Sometimes we'll give you the 3rd podcast as well, and then I got you on Toon Wrestling as well.
Yeah, this Tony decided to go live before Collision, and I was one of the few people that caught this.
Right. Well, because they were trying. I forgot about that. I didn't realize that. Because this Collision was going up right up against NXT, so they were trying to make it important. They tried to make it, they had, what was it? Moxley was having a match, and they were pumping it a lot. Oh boy!
But at least he's listening. At least he's paying attention, because now it's 4 minutes and 14 seconds.
Yeah, I was just gonna say under 5 minutes. That's good. All right, Tony, and only 8,000 views. Oof.
It's great to see you. It's great to be live tonight. We are coming up for Saturday.
I wasn't ready for the echo.
Yeah, he's in the locker room.
I don't
You can see somebody come by and smack him in the ass shortly.
Get the towel. They give him the whoosh, whoosh. Yes.
Saturday night AEW Collision at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central.
Worst choice.
We've got a great live audience here. This is going to be one of the biggest crowds for a Collision episode all year. It's going to be a fantastic.
What about Grand Slam there, bud?
It's the worst idea to do this in a locker room.
Just terrible. And standing back from with just a lapel mic, Tony.
Gotta have sound.
Just something.
Crowd on TNT and HBO Max. We've just announced, speaking of TNT, 2 former TNT champions going one-on-one tonight. You've got Daniel Garcia of the Death Riders taking on Tommaso Ciampa, who's been red hot since he arrived.
Ciampa? Isn't it Ciampa?
It doesn't matter. He signs a check. It don't matter.
Fair. That's a very valid statement, my friend.
Here in AEW, they both held the TNT title and been the face of the network.
Oh, I'm comparing the two of them.
The face of the network?
Can you imagine Tommaso Ciampa sitting there thinking, yeah, I'm in good company here, like Daniel Garcia. Ugh.
It just all of a sudden Tommaso just starts dick dancing. No, what's happened to me?
Who Tommaso Ciampa and Daniel Garcia both know very well. They both have wrestled him in big championship matches. That's Mark Briscoe. And Mark Briscoe is going to join us here tonight at AEW Collision, join us for commentary. And a lot of great matches to look forward to, including that Ciampa versus Garcia match. I'm also looking forward to a match coming up that we've had to reschedule and make some changes.
Of course.
What? The match that's coming up.
You're looking forward to it.
Right. I've been so looking forward to it, even though we had to reschedule and change it.
2 of the top tag teams in the women's division, the Timeless Love Bombs and Megabad. Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford were scheduled for a match originally tonight.
Great,
of course, you saw earlier on social media, we had this live interview set up before Collision.
Of course you saw. You're just assuming that people are watching all
That's an interesting way of doing it. Interesting wording.
Right.
With the TBS champion Willow Nightingale and her partner Harley Cameron, the Babes of Wrath, the World Tag Team Champions, they were attacked by Lena Cross and Megan Bayne. Megan Bayne has said she wants Lena Cross to fulfill the contractual commitments right now temporarily of Penelope Ford, because Penelope Ford, it looks like, unfortunately, will be out with an injury.
You think? We all saw it, Tony.
Why wouldn't he say that, like he always says, Penelope Ford has not been cleared to wrestle because of injury you guys saw last week on Dynamite?
I for the same reason that he's got this like 5 feet of space above his head. Like, why is it not zoomed in on just him?
That cup is interesting because it just keeps moving from his side to keeps going further over.
By the end of it, it's going to be on his shoulder.
Is it just one or is it a double?
It looks like just one to me this time.
Okay.
Possibly even up to months. So given Penelope did not get cleared here to compete by our AEW doctors, we've made a change. So tonight, it will be the Timeless Love Bombs against Megan Bayne and Lena Cross. And I know Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, who were attacked earlier, will be watching on, looking to see what happens there.
Why even say that? Like, it's just, he adds so much to these things that he doesn't need to. He's just a word salad.
Yeah, I'm sucked into the roving cup.
Tag team match,
I can't help it.
Champions who already got
there goes
altercation earlier with Megan Bayne and Lena Cross, and of course they're very familiar with the Timeless Love Bombs. These are some of the top teams, and we're all wishing the best.
Is his right arm just not well?
Day one star here at AEW, wishing her the best in covering Lena Cross and Megan Bayne versus Timeless.
You've said this 14 times.
Oh my god.
Tonight.
How many times can he repeat himself? Oh my god.
Huge matches,
so painful.
Like Claudio Castagnoli versus Konosuke Takeshita, and the World Tag Team Championship match, the Rascals versus FTR. So much.
God.
Is Claudio still the CMLL champion?
I believe so. I don't know for sure, but I believe so.
That's what I thought too. Either he is or he isn't, and you should say it. If he is, say it. And if he just lost it, say he just lost it. Like, makes him look better.
Look forward to tonight. Very excited for Swerve Strickland to take on Gravity. Bandito.
Oh God, he takes on Gravity. Will he fall to the ground or not? Oh, that was funny. I didn't think of it until I said it.
It's gonna take on Gravity. Everybody loses to Gravity in this company, man. He's taking on Gravity in a ladder match. Oh,
Gravity with the W all over the place.
Every time, man. Gravity and Father Time, undefeated.
This past week, the brother of Gravity, when Swerve Strickland attacked Brody King with that chain,
brother.
I was glad Bandito got involved before things got more serious. That's already a very serious situation between Brody and Swerve.
Very serious.
Bandito
very serious.
Will be watching closely Collision tonight as his brother takes on Swerve, and I think Brody
so
and
Bandito
and
Gravity are friends, or brothers. I'm sorry,
they're brothers. Yeah,
they're friends too, but yeah,
maybe
closely as well ahead of Brody.
That other arm is driving me crazy. Like, move it.
Fantastic pay-per-view next weekend.
He had a stroke, and the right side of his body's dead.
Right? He can't move. Like, what is going?
I've never seen this before. This is great.
This is insane. I don't understand this at all. What is he doing?
Collision tonight.
So
don't go anywhere. It's coming up just minutes from now.
Minutes.
We'll see you at 8 p.m. Eastern.
The point.
7 p.m. Central. We're so excited to have you. There's a lot to look forward to. I've also been informed that
this is the longest close ever.
David Finley, Clark Connors, and Gabe Kidd have just arrived at the building looking for a fight. Looking forward to seeing what those.
The dogs are barking. Why is the other arm not moving? I don't understand. What are you doing, Tony?
Those guys produce here now that they've all officially joined us in All Elite Wrestling. Really looking forward to a lot of great action coming up. Again, the show starts just minutes from now, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central.
Oh, it does move.
See you on Saturday Night Collision tonight.
Oh, we didn't get a thumbs up. We got a point.
Oh, we got the happy face at the end. Oh my God, that was great. I haven't laughed that hard in a long time.
Oh my God, that is a Tony video.
Again, if he can't use War Dogs, which you would think he'd be able to use, because then it's an NJPW thing. Dogs of War works out fine.
Yes.
The dogs suck.
Just Dogs is absolutely
terrible. It's asinine.
It's a horrible name. Oh my God.
Keep the original name or just change it up.
Yeah,
that was great, dude. That was awesome.
That was amazing. I can't. That is the perfect way to end. My face hurts from laughing so hard. Yeah. Hey, look at that. Yeah,
dude,
the dogs
I've never seen that before.
Oh my God, that was fantastic.
At first, when he's doing it, the cup moves slow. Then the cup would move quicker and come back, and then the cup. It's funny.
The kid switched hands. The hand switch.
The cup's a star, baby.
The hand switch got me. The cup's a star. That's where the spotlight is. Yeah, no, he does look like a kid trying to say grace. Oh my God, that was hilarious. All right. Well, on that note, we will be back this Thursday at 9:30 p.m.
24 likes. Give me one more, please. Make 25.
Nice. We appreciate every single like. Hit the hearts and the little reaction things.
Yes, for super chats tonight, folks. Appreciate it.
Yes, we appreciate everyone who super chatted in, especially Double A with that $50 super chat. That was amazing. And $10 too. We appreciate you so much. You and Cumia with $5 and you and Cumia with a $4.99 and $1.99. We appreciate both of you.
I forgot about something.
What's up?
We're gonna have to do it. We'll do it next week because we're out of time for this week. But I'll announce the contest next week.
Oh yeah. That's
because it's our year anniversary, so I'll just do it next week. No big deal.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's a perfect time for the year anniversary of Spaces. So awesome. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. We will see you on Thursday and tune in this Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for me on Toonie Talk Wrestling, and back here at 8:05 next Sunday for Sunday Night Spaces 1 year anniversary. Peace, everybody.
Thanks for watching AltJake and George live on Spaces. Tune in on Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time for AEW Live Review with AltJake and George.